Hello, I am back after not uploading for a few months, which a lot of people think I retired from Sparking Zero or retired from uploading, which that couldn't be further from the truth. I still play Sparking Zero way too much. Whenever I'm not active on here or whenever I'm not streaming, you can find me in my Discord, which I will put in the description, or I will pin a comment that has the link to my Discord, and I am very active on there. I have a very active community on there with lots of great players, lots of great people, so feel free to join the Discord and interact with me or interact with others. I stream on that Discord a lot, and a lot of other people also stream on there as well, so it's a very good time. Come and hang out. But anyway, as you can tell from the title, I grinded my way to top 5 DP ranked, and in this video I'll be showing you guys matches I won that helped me grind my way to top 5. And in this first match, as you can see, I am fighting Timebreaker God, who I believe is probably the biggest Sparking Zero streamer. And he's a very good player. A lot of people use him as a measure of skill because he, of course, like I said, a very good player, and he's a very well-known player. So since people use him as a measure of skill and a lot of people underestimate my skill, here's a match of me playing against him. But for this first match, I will probably not be talking about the gameplay too much. I more so want to talk about the new update, well, quote-unquote new, it's been over a month, and the new meta. So, first things first, some of the important changes that they made in this patch is the offensive and defensive mechanics. So firstly, offensively, all front combos are now true. I'm sure most of you guys remember before this patch, people were able, if you were attacking them from the front and you extended your combo through a step and attack, a lot of times they are able to hold guard and guard you mid-combo. And when they did that, they were guarding your combos, they would press perception and they would perception mid-guard. They took both of those things out. So now people can no longer guard you mid-combo and people can no longer perception you mid-guard. What does this mean? More combos will be happening, and if someone attacks into your guard, you have to commit to that guard. You can no longer guard into perception, which I think those are pretty good changes. And with those two changes, it made super countering mid-combo a lot more important. You can no longer get away with being bad at super countering mid-combo. You have to be very good at super countering mid-combo because you can no longer just crutch holding guard. You can no longer crutch guard into perception. So super countering is very important now. And me practicing super counters more recently, like I've realized super countering mid-combo is really not that difficult. It is pretty easy. The only thing that's really holding back super countering from being really easy is the netcode. If they were to fix the netcode and fix connection issues like varying connections, this game would be very insufferable in a way, because imagine you're playing a game where someone's just super countering you first hit, second hit every single time, and you can't get a combo on them. I think super countering as a mechanic is pretty flawed. I'm not sure a good way to change it, but from a theoretical standpoint, it's possible that you can't get a combo on someone if they just constantly super counter you. Now, of course, is that going to happen? I don't know, maybe. There could be some really talented person out there who could super counter you first hit every single time and super counter your knockbacks every single time, and you can't get a hit on them. And it won't matter how bad their neutral is. If they're good at super countering, you're not going to get a combo on them. You won't damage them. So I think, in my opinion, that's an issue. People shouldn't have an infinite amount of super counters at their disposal. It should be limited to an extent. How can they limit super counters? I don't know, but I do think super countering is an issue. It is too easy to do, especially if you have the connection down. Now, with that being said, knowing these changes and how strong super countering is, the meta is basically working around that. So androids are meta because they could gain a lot of ki, thereby forcing your opponent to have to vanish or super counter a lot to overcome that ki advantage. Another thing that's meta are evasive skills like After Image, Wild Sense, After Image Strike. The reason being is if you have it active and you combo your opponent, if they land a super counter and you don't vanish and you don't do anything, and you have something like Wild Sense active, after image strike, it will dodge the super counter hit, and therefore you'll be able to combo them again. And regen is also meta because you can play more risky, and if you get damaged, you can just regen your health that you lost in case if you got put in a Zebra Stash loop from super counters. Another thing that is meta is characters with explosive waves, because in the case if you are not that great at super countering mid combo, you can use explosive wave to get yourself out of it. And last but not least, characters that could transform are pretty meta because of the new win condition. A lot of people don't know this, but there is a new win condition where the DP of your character is taken into consideration. And if you transform, you're adding DP to your character, and thereby adding points, quote-unquote points, to your win condition. And if you have a transformed character, you have more points on your team. Therefore, you have a higher chance of winning. Now, there is a formula to calculating this. Health does matter, but your health becomes more significantly calculated if you have a higher DP. So, characters that go from 4 to 9, like Beast Gohan, gaining 5 DP is insane. I think the math works out to be for every extra DP that you gain, you could treat it as like around 8,000 more health than you have than your opponent. So having gained 5 DP from Superhero Gohan to Beast Gohan, 40k health. That is insane. But yeah, those are the meta archetypes of this new patch. And yeah, it's pick your poison type of thing. As you can see, my poison is androids. But yeah, in this next match, I am in a Discord call with my friend, and we came across each other in ranked, so I won't be talking a lot. You can hear me crash out over how good he is at super countering. So enjoy.
Actually did have in that little reboot mod thing, that giant, I forget what they called it, the Sparking Zero mod, is that they made super counters cost a little bit of key.
That doesn't matter. That's not going to fix anything. He is
so
so easy to come by.
I think a big fix would just be making it so that it doesn't fucking launch you every time.
I can't get your timing down. This is so dog shit. I can't vanish. So here I am commentating on the second match. As you can hear, we were talking about super counters, and you can hear me bitching about how I was having trouble getting the timing down for the vanishing and the super countering, which unfortunately you have to get used to everyone's connections during the match. There is no like warm-up match or anything, so yeah. Luckily, I do play against this individual a lot, and I do have his timing down. It's not hard for me to relearn it in the case if I forget it. But yeah. As you can see, he is using Metal Cooler, who is a regen android character. And Metal Cooler embodies the issues of this game. Hard knocking, as you can see, I got hard knocked there, and he just regened in my face. And all the work I just did kind of didn't matter. And he's at a full key gauge here. Vanish Wars still build up a lot of skill points. If I were to challenge the Vanish War, I am just helping him get to 4 skill points. With Metal Cooler, if you're good at super countering, he's almost unkillable. And super counters, since they knock you away, it gives you a lot of time to just pop a regen. He just regens so much health, and he regens so much ki. And it's not like Metal Cooler or androids are uncounterable. There is a counter to it. And in my opinion, the counter to it is you hard knock and you charge into sparking, or you use insta spark. But going into sparking counters androids because for androids, they need a full key gauge to start charging into sparking. If they don't have that, then they're not going to be able to charge into sparking. Not to mention, it's pretty slow to charge into sparking for androids. It takes a long time to get into sparking. So yeah, if you just hard knock them, charge into sparking, you'll have key advantage. Force them to vanish when you're in sparking mode, drain all of their key, and then you have a huge key gauge over them. So I have a video on hard knocks if you don't know how to hard knock. Look it up. But yeah, hard knock into sparking is a huge counter to androids. Or you could just set up an instant spark, which for me, since I'm using androids, hard knocking my opponent won't be any use because I can't just simply charge into sparking. I also don't have instant spark, so fighting a character like Metal Cooler is very difficult with the team that I have, at least. This right here is a great use of the step and key rush wave. Use it to set up regen. Oh my god, this shit is so cringe! And as you can see, I'm getting frustrated over how he's just super countering me every single time. And I start being like, screw it, I'm gonna spam resets. That's 1 reset. 2 resets. Step in, so that's a 3rd reset. Well, I messed up the timing there. So I attempted 4 resets in a row. And you can see I didn't get super countered, and that just goes to show that resets are kind of necessary with how strong super counters are. Oh my fucking god, bro. This is exploit level. Tracking should not be that dog shit. And you can hear me crash out over how bad the vertical tracking is. They fixed the tracking, but there's still some situations where the tracking is so bad. And he was able to regen on me there.
The game's tracking in the person.
Holy fuck, bro. Oh my fucking god. This game is dog shit, bro. Ah, this is how people beat me.
I unironically spit my shit out all over my monitor. Fuck.
Do you guys know, or are you guys starting another one?
Like, do you see how often he's super countering me mid-combo?
Oh.
There's really no other mix-ups for me to do other than spam resets on him. Dude, why can't I vanish on this shit connection? His connection is actually pretty good, I'm just crashing out. Like, he is super countering me so often that I do weird things in my combo. Like, look at that. I refused to do the last hit of that string because I know he is timing for the last hit super counter. And then he hard knock regens me. Oh my fucking god, bro. This is so unearned. And I get so frustrated at it.
Getting a shot that plays will be based. Trying not to get the mode is not fun.
Yes.
Good game.
Oh, GG. Holy fuck, man. I killed 10 people there. Holy fuck.
Well, no wonder you killed him. You put me in 600 resets that game. Yo,
I needed to.
This is unearned.
No. That's earned. That's
It's
actually
crazy.
fucking earned. That's actually fucking earned.
EG.
You want to talk about unearned? You want to talk about unearned, dude? I had to fucking mix it up. This is what I'm talking about, Zora. I hope you were watching that. I have to mix it up. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose the game to fucking regen, and I'm gonna fucking get
weren't
super countered
streaming
last
it.
hit. Oh. Well, I have it recorded, so, and I'm gonna include it. All right, third match. I hope you enjoyed that end game banter I had. Although I was crashing out hard, I was getting super frustrated, I was getting emotional. That's how you know those games are good. If I'm just chilling, not really getting too invested in it, that's not a good game, bro. Good games are the ones where I get super frustrated because my opponent is just that good. But yeah, third match is against Divinity Unleashed, who is in my server. Very good player. And we're just androiding the hell out of each other. As you can see, I'm spamming resets because I know he is very good at super counters. And yeah, as you can see, we're just gonna super counter war. This is the new Vanish Wars. Doing this is the new Vanish War. And then after you knock them away, you Z-burst dash them, which we call a Z-burst dash loop. Reset again. Revenge countering the explosive wave is extremely important. You can see I'm getting the normal revenge counter. The reason why I don't want the fast one is because the fast one is vanishable. And if they vanish it, you're gonna get punished and then you end up wasting 2 skill points. If you're on standard controls, I highly suggest you remap your revenge counter from R3 to L3. Because having to move your thumb from attack to R3 is just, it's not optimal. It's best to just remap it to your left stick so you can just mash it as you're comboing. But here's Superhero Gohan. In base form, he is not a huge threat. I try my best to kill him as soon as possible because Beast could absolutely wipe my whole team, especially if he's healthy. And like I said, with this new win condition, a healthy transformed character is the worst thing I could deal with. And luckily, I get rid of the base Superhero Gohan immediately. Another thing about this new win condition is that a lot of people think that Spopo Roshi have been nerfed because they took away health from Spopo and they increased the switch gauge for these characters. I think they went from like about 10-second switch to now about 20 to 25-second switch timer, which is a good nerf. They needed to nerf that. But because of this new win condition, Spopo and Roshi are not as significantly weighed into the win condition as, let's say for example, a Whis. A Whis is worth 5 Master Roshis, 5 Spopoviches. And the reason why Spopo Roshi got a buff because of this win condition is that it doesn't matter if they die. So you could play them to the death and it won't really matter. You're only losing 4 DP on your team. What would you rather have? Spopo and Roshi, or base Superhero Gohan, and that's all you have? Like, you can't transform as Superhero Gohan. Or would you, let's say a better example is, would you rather have Spopo and Roshi or 1-4 DP character? I'd rather have Spopo and Roshi, because Spopo and Roshi, they're just stat monsters. They do so much damage. They play like a 5 DP character, but are worth only 2 DP. And in this new win condition, that is so strong. That is so strong. Technically, they are even stronger than they were before this patch. Because like I keep saying, it doesn't matter if they die because of this win condition. You can just keep playing them. And that wastes so much time. Having a Spopo Roshi out against a high DP character just means a lot now, because let's say you guys do equal amount of damage to each other, like raw damage. Let's say I do 10k damage to your 8 DP character, and then you do 10k damage to my Spopo or Roshi. The fact that I did 10k damage to your 8 DP means a lot more that you did 10k damage than if you did 10k damage to my 2 DP. So yeah, a lot of people have this misinterpreted. Spopo and Roshi did not get nerfed. They got hyper buffed. They are very strong now. And I just really wish they would buff the other 2 DP characters. Frieza Soldier has so much potential. Why is he so weak? Like, I get he's weak in lore, but like, it's a game, bro. Make him stronger so there's more character variety. Cybermen could be stronger. They're just the other 3 DPs, Krillin and Yamcha. They're such loved characters. Why are their stats so bad? They need to be better. That way we could play other characters other than Spopo and Roshi. At least other viable characters. But you could see, because of this new win condition, I really do not want to bring out my higher DP characters against Divinity's Roshi. Because it's just not worth the trade-off. I'd have to do like 3 times as much damage to make it a worthy trade-off to do. But no, I'd rather just fight him with my 2 DPs as well. If I bring out, like, let's say 16 or my 13 on this, it's just every tick of damage he does is twice as significant as whatever I can do to him with a higher DP character. So character matchup in this new meta could be more important than it was pre-patch. But there's just not many characters that are as meta. Before, in pre-patch, like, the higher DP characters were slowly becoming more meta. Like, I think there was a meta in pre-patch where 8 DPs were viable. You could probably use, like, Gogeta, like Z Gogeta, and he was very strong, especially with his Ki Blasts. When I catch his sidestep with a super, I finish his 16. So I have downed Superhero Gohan and Android 16. He has not downed a character of mine. I win the match. GG's to Divinity. Alright, 4th and last match that I'm going to show you guys that was on my road to number 5 DP. As you can see, my opponent is also using Android 16. I changed it up, put Android 13 up front. Android 16, I believe, is the strongest standalone Android. He does a lot of damage. He's an Android, of course, so that's very strong. And he has Explosive Wave. He also has Pump Up, which could be good if you reset. That does a lot of damage. Pump Up is probably the best 2 skill point buff for damage, because it gives you 15% extra damage. So that's just crazy. You can just see how much damage Femboys did to my Android 13 with 16. The super by Android 16 is not good. It has a lot of end lag, so even if I get hit by it, I could punish, which I do right. Well, actually I don't punish because I messed up. But you could punish. You could literally Zebra Stash at them and punish, or you could just throw out a super and punish him. Like I said earlier, when you're in this new meta, you cannot get away with being bad at super counters. So you can see me and my opponent here, we are just super countering like crazy. You have to be very good at super counters to overcome this, the new meta. Both from just the characters and also just a mechanical standpoint. Like I said, with the combos, you can't get away with being bad at super counters anymore. Which I used to be pretty bad at super counters. But it is not difficult to get good at super counters. Like I said earlier, I'll probably be releasing a video showing how I got better at super counters. Oh wow, I changed my team up. I forgot about that. So I'm using 13 Broly, Spopo, Roshi, Hercule. In my opinion, I think Z Broly is better than Super Broly. Because Shotgun Ki Blast, the Spread Shot Ki Blast, Broly's Spread Shot Ki Blast was not good to begin with. It's even worse now because they nerfed it. Not to mention Z Broly in legendary form has Explosive Wave, and he does a lot of damage. And he has the Triple Ball Ki Blast. If you reset with the Triple Ball Ki Blast, that is so much damage. I think Android 13 is probably top 3 characters in the game. He's an android that starts with 2 skill points, and he could transform for 2 skill points. If you want to, you don't even have to play base 13. You could literally transform 5 seconds into the game, and technically your 5 DP character is a 7 DP character because of that. But base 13 is very, very strong. You have Wild Sense off rip because of the 2 skill point start. And if you know how to abuse Wild Sense, you could literally touch of death characters because of it. I did not need to do all of that. I'm just flexing at that point. But yeah, counter to androids is just super counter, bro. Just super counter. So easy. Just super counter, bro. Broly is probably going to be pretty hard meta because he could transform from 5 to 9 DP. That's a 4 DP game. And Broly's a low DP killer. So if you're matched up against someone who is lower than 7 DP, you're probably going to win that matchup. Look at this damage. I'm for the idea that they should take out multiple knockback chains from the game. You should not be able to do more than 1 knockback chain. Being able to spam it like what I just did there is so strong. For what? Just for pressing 1 button? That's crazy. Oh my gosh. You can see how I'm using the step in to dodge a lot of hits. A lot of people don't take advantage of that. Stepping in on hits. I like to treat stepping in as if it were vanishing, except with step-ins it's even stronger because you could dodge regular hits, whereas you can't vanish regular hits. You can only vanish heavy attacks, like Rust Chain, Smash attacks. But with the step-in, I could dodge regular hits. I shouldn't have let him kill my Broly there, but I know I already won the match, so it doesn't matter what I did here. But if you were able to save your character that transformed from like 5 to 9, for example, that would be insanely strong. You get that plus DP on your team. Very strong. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I made it to the top 5 DP ranked. And it was a grind, mainly because, unfortunately, the game is dead. Not many people play the game anymore. As frustrated as I get at this game, at the devs, I still love this game. And to be honest, half the reason why I love this game is because of the community I've built through my Discord. So again, I will have a Discord in the description or in the pinned comments, one of those two. And feel free to join. And you can become a part of the community, especially if you're struggling to find fun games. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys learned something. Have a good night, you guys.